You reach for it before you even open your eyes, before the alarm fully registers, before you remember what day it is. Your hand moves on its own, fingers already curling around the glass rectangle on the nightstand. You tell yourself you're just checking the time, but you're not. And the strangest part, the part nobody talks about, the reason you do this has nothing to do with apps or algorithms or the billion-dollar design teams trying to steal your attention. Those things make it worse, but they didn't start it. What started it is something far older, something that was already running inside your skull long before smartphones existed, long before electricity, long before cities or language or the concept of mourning. The real answer goes back roughly 1.8 million years, and once you understand it, you will never look at your phone the same way again. Your brain is a prediction machine. That is its primary function. Not thinking, not feeling, not remembering. Predicting. Every second you are alive, your brain is building a model of the world around you, running simulations of what might happen next, and scanning for anything that breaks the pattern. This is not a flaw. It is the reason you are alive. Neuroscientist Lisa Feldman Barrett at Northeastern University has spent decades studying how the brain actually works. And her conclusion is simple and disturbing. Your brain is not reacting to the world. It is predicting it. It is constantly generating a best-guess simulation of reality, then checking incoming sensory data to see if reality matches the guess. When something breaks the prediction, your brain fires an alert. That alert has a feeling. You know it well. It is the pull, the itch, the sudden awareness that something might have changed and you do not know what it is yet. For 1.8 million years, that feeling kept your ancestors alive. Picture the savannah. Picture your ancestor crouched in tall grass, not moving, barely breathing. A sound breaks the pattern. A branch snaps. The undergrowth shifts. Your ancestor does not pause to reason through what might have caused it. The brain fires the alert instantly. Attention snaps toward the source. Muscles tighten. Heart rate climbs. That response is not optional. It is not a choice. It is the oldest software your body runs. Now, picture your phone. You are sitting quietly, doing nothing in particular. Your phone is face down on the table. You did not hear it buzz. You did not see a light flash. But somewhere in the back of your mind, a quiet voice starts asking, what if something changed? What if someone replied? What if something happened while you were not looking? Your brain fires the alert. Psychologist Larry Rosen at California State University has studied this phenomenon for years. He calls it the phantom buzz, the sensation that your phone is vibrating or alerting you even when it is completely silent. In his research, over 90% of smartphone users report experiencing it regularly. Not once or twice, regularly. Your brain is so trained to monitor the phone as a social information source that it has started generating false alarms. This is what behavioral scientists call a variable reward schedule. It is the same mechanism that drives gambling. B.F. Skinner identified it in the 1950s when he was studying pigeons. He discovered that the most powerful way to keep a pigeon pressing a lever was not to reward it every time. It was to reward it unpredictably. Sometimes the lever worked, sometimes it did not. The pigeon could not stop pressing. Your notification feed works exactly the same way. Sometimes you pick up the phone and there is something there. A reply, a like, a piece of news. Sometimes there is nothing, but you never know which one it will be until you look. And so you look. And then you look again, because maybe this time. But here is the part that makes this genuinely strange. The phone is not the addiction. The phone is the lever. What you are actually addicted to is social information. For most of human evolution, knowing what was happening in your social group was not a preference. It was survival. Who was angry at whom? Who had formed a new alliance? Who had been cast out? Who had died? This information determined whether you ate, whether you were protected, whether you lived or were left behind. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar at Oxford University demonstrated that the human brain grew to its current size largely because of the demands of tracking complex social relationships, not because of tool use or hunting. Your neocortex, The outer layer of your brain responsible for higher thinking is sized almost exactly for tracking a group of roughly 150 people. That is Dunbar's number, the cognitive limit of meaningful social relationships your brain can actively maintain. For millions of years, tracking those 150 people meant survival. Now you have a device in your pocket that delivers social information from thousands of people in real time, 24 hours a day, structured around the exact psychological mechanisms your brain evolved to never be able to ignore. You never had a chance. This is not a personal failure. This is not a willpower problem. Researcher Jean Twenge at San Diego State University has tracked generational changes in behavior since the smartphone became widespread. And what she found is not that some people are weak and some are strong. What she found is that the behavior changed across entire populations. Simultaneously, the moment smartphones became accessible, every demographic, every age group, the same shift. Because the hardware is the same in everyone. The ancient prediction machine, the social monitoring system, the alert that fires when something might have changed. When you understand that, something else becomes clear. The guilt you feel about checking your phone is not useful. It is aimed at the wrong target. You are not broken. You are running ancient software on modern hardware. The mismatch is real, but it is not a moral failing. It is a design problem, and design problems have design solutions. The researchers who study this most seriously have found that the single most effective intervention is not willpower. It is friction, physical distance. Putting the phone in a different room while you sleep reduces anxiety and improves sleep quality more than any app timer or screen limit, according to studies published in the journal Sleep. Not because you have become stronger, but because the ancient system can only monitor what it can detect. Out of sight, the prediction loop quiets. The alert does not fire for something it cannot sense. There is something both humbling and clarifying about that. You are not fighting your phone. You are not fighting the algorithm, though the algorithm is not helping. You are carrying inside you the most successful survival system ever produced by 4 billion years of evolution. A system so good at keeping your ancestors alive that it cannot stop watching for threats, even when the threats are text notifications. Your ancestors stood in tall grass, ears sharpened, scanning for any signal that something had changed. You sit in soft light, hand reaching for the nightstand, scanning for any signal that something has changed. The grass is different. The signal is different. The ancient machinery running the search is exactly the same. And somewhere, buried under the apps and the notifications and the bright glass screen, that machinery is still doing what it was always built to do. Making sure you do not miss anything that matters, even when nothing matters at all.